There are few who have not heard of the name Michael Jackson. His music was the soundtrack to the core memories of an entire generation or two back in the day, spanning several decades from the 60s to the new millennium. A pop singer, dancer and entertainer who is widely regarded as one of the greatest musicians of all time, Michael Jackson rose to prominence as the lead singer of the Motown group the Jackson 5. Later, he went on to achieve massive success as a solo artist, thanks to hit music videos such as Thriller, Beat It and Black or White. During the peak of his career, he was famously known for his signature high-pitched voice, electrifying stage presence, and the moonwalk dance move. Jackson's music revolutionized the industry and continues to remain iconic to this day. His impact on pop music is undeniable, and he was rightly dubbed the King of Pop. Jackson also won numerous awards, including 13 Grammy Awards and 26 Billboard Music Awards. His top albums like Thriller, Bad and Dangerous have sold hundreds of millions of copies worldwide, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Furthermore, his influence can be seen in the work of many contemporary artists, and his music continues to be popular even today. The loss of a legend. Michael Jackson dies at 50 in June 2009. The world lost the legend, who was aged only 50 at the time. Jackson passed away due to acute propofol intoxication in the morning of June 25, 2009. The night before his passing, the King of Pop was enthusiastic and had great energy all through his rehearsal at the Staples Center, Los Angeles. The rehearsal concluded at around 9 p.m., after which Jackson returned to his home in the Holmby Hills neighborhood in the wee hours of the following morning. It was then that trouble began. Jackson found it hard to fall asleep on account of his chronic insomnia. His physician, Conrad Murray, was by his side and offered him different drugs to induce sleep, including Ativan, diazepam, midazolam and lorazepam. The drugs were to no avail, following which Jackson repeatedly asked his physician for a dose of the powerful sedative propofol. After this, Murray left Jackson's bedside for a while and returned, only to find the latter had a weak pulse and was not breathing. The physician allegedly administered the drug to counteract the overdose, tried to revive Jackson using CPR and called for help. The paramedics also tried to revive the legend for over 40 minutes, but to no avail. In the following weeks, an investigation was launched into the death of the King of Pop, and on August 28, 2009, Michael Jackson's death was ruled as a homicide by the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner Coroner. Further, in November 2011, Conrad Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter leading to the death of Michael Jackson. The final goodbye. Michael Jackson's casket and funeral details nearly a fortnight after his demise. A public memorial service was held for Michael Jackson on July 7, 2009 at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Jackson's final resting place was the gorgeous gold-plated Promethean casket made of solid bronze by the Bates Bell Casket Company. Back then, it cost around $25,000. Jackson's brothers escorted the casket during the memorial service. Later, the remains of the legend were interred on September 3, 2009 at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale. Prior to the public memorial service, a private service was held for the legend's family and close friends at the Hall of Liberty in Hollywood Hills. Here, the box used was an open casket, so friends and family could view and bid goodbye to Jackson one last time. Family in attendance recalled that Jackson looked peaceful, like he was simply sleeping. More than 31 million people tuned into television coverage of Michael Jackson's memorial service yesterday, and millions more watched on computers at work, in parks and elsewhere, measuring viewership on 18 networks that carried the live coverage. 1:04 p.m. The ratings service Nielsen calculated the average audience at 31.14 million viewers. That makes it the second most watched daytime funeral Nielsen has ever measured. Princess Diana's funeral, which began at 6 a.m., drew an estimated 33.25 million viewers spread across 8 networks on September 6, 1997. Former President Ronald Reagan's midday funeral drew 20.8 million people on June 11, 2004. A primetime program on Reagan's burial that same evening drew an estimated 35.07 million viewers. The remarkable Nielsen numbers for yesterday's Jackson Memorial slightly undercount the total viewership, since Nielsen didn't release figures for local stations such as PIX, CH11 or cable networks like NY1 and Current. Online viewership also soared yesterday, perhaps reflecting fans who were at work during the service and watched it on their computers. MSNBC reported nearly 19 million online streams, topping the network's previous high set this January during President Barack Obama's inauguration. CNN said it had the second largest streaming day in its history, with 10.5 million streams in all and 4.4 million during the memorial service. The network recorded 26.9 million streams on Inauguration Day. ABC News Digital reported close to 6 million live streams of the memorial service on abcnews.com and its partner sites. FoxNews.com reported 3.4 million streams. The coverage was also a hit abroad. United Kingdom rating services earlier reported that 6 million British viewers watched the Jackson service. The memorial of the King of Pop Michael Jackson had approximately 17,500